and welcome to our new running series, Getting Intimate with Coach Anto Gonzalez. In this episode, because unfortunately we're just two today, so we'll be having the expert analysis of Anto, and we'll be getting to know each other a little more.
And we won't be talking about football, right? We'll just get to know each other.
Absolutely, why not? It's, so, what's your best date?
Best date?
Yeah.
I cannot tell it.
Oh, okay. Ooh, hello. That was a good date then. So the semi-finals for the UFL Cup have just been concluded, just to get back onto track. And Archers were knocked out by the Stallions in extra time, 3-1 in extra time. And for Anto's Loyola squad, they were just beaten 2-1 by Global. How was that game, and are there any regrets in there? Could you have prepared differently for that? Why was Global able to overpower you?
Let's give full credit to Global. I think they did their homework on the tactical side. They forced us not to play into our strengths. And I think it's always dangerous to play against a team who's short-handed, because I believe that players will always step up when their star players are not playing. So they worked doubly hard. They played the right tactics against us. So I'm giving full credit to Global.
Of course, that's Global being without most of their Rascals. Only Matthew Oy and Marvin Angeles were back for that game. They scored very quickly. How disappointing is an early goal to concede? Alex Obiang scored from the left wing, cut inside and curled into the bottom corner. It was a good finish.
6th minute.
Yep.
I think.
How much does that change a game? How much does that throw out the plans that you've made for a 90-minute game?
During our huddle right before the game, actually our team leaders Phil and James were trying to get into our minds so as not to make us overconfident.
Okay.
They told us to not concede an early goal, and then we'll just get from there or play from there. But we conceded an early goal, and it was very difficult because it gave Global a boost in confidence.
Yeah.
And after an early goal is scored, the trailing team will always tend to rush things. And I think that's what happened to us during that game. We played those long balls, hopeful long balls. But credit again to Global because they forced us into playing those types of balls.
Yeah, as you're saying, they forced you into that. Until that point, you were the top scorers in the competition, and for the last few years, in almost every competition, Loyola have been the top scorers. How were Global able to shut you down in that respect?
They defended very deep. They clogged the passing lanes to Phil, to James, and to our other wingers. So basically, they kept it tight in the midfield.
Yeah.
They allowed they kept our backline free. So our backline were actually tempted to give those long balls.
Right.
So in that respect, we weren't very very patient. So we didn't deal with how Global wanted us to play very well.
And shifting to the other semi-final, where the Stallions, they scored twice in extra time after both sides had a man sent off. The Stallions were able to win that one. You'll be against the Archers in the third place playoff. How will you look at approaching that game, and how confident are you that you can secure that third spot?
We've played the Archers, I think, twice during the preseason, and we beat them by an identical score of 1-0, I think. We just have to be worried about their counterattacks. They're a very fast team. So the key for us, if we're dominating possession, if we're getting into their attacking third, inside their defensive third, we just have to, when we lose the ball, we just have to press them right away and prevent those early balls up front. So I think that's the best way to deal with the Archers' speed up front.
And the Archers, them and Global are the only sides still unbeaten in 90 minutes. So they'll still be difficult to beat because they opened with a draw against Kaya. Is there any problem with motivation in terms of going into a third place playoff? You get knocked out of the semi-finals. Of course, it's disappointing, especially when it's a close game. You had chances, Global had chances, and when it's kind of a 50-50 game between two very big teams, it's always disappointing to lose. Does motivation become a problem in the third place playoff?
It really depends on the players and how the coaching staff motivates the team. For me personally, it's still an opportunity for us to bounce back and to get something out from this season. A third place is still a good enough result for us. So personally, I'm very motivated still. I think my teammates are also very motivated. Phil and James, always after a loss, they always want to try to get back. They're they're very proud. They're very proud players, and I would expect them to bounce back heavily.
And in the final, Global versus Stallions, it'll be another great game, hopefully in the final. Who do you think has the edge in this game, whenever it's played?
I was able to watch the second half of the Stallions Archers game, and I was quite impressed with how the Stallions moved the ball. They move the ball very well. They have technically skilled players. They play as a team. And they're going up against a team who's individually very good. So for me, I think it's a fairly even match. I think the key for Stallions, if they want to win, is to be defensively disciplined. Again, Global have a lot of players who can beat players one against one. So they just need to be organized and cover each other very well. For Global, I think they have to try to pounce on 1v1 situations whenever they can have it, and not let Stallions organize in defense right away.
Well, we'll be looking forward to that final. The dark horses in Stallions have become genuine contenders, so they'll now be in the UFL Cup final against Global, who again will be hoping to be above all. We'll find out whether that happens. We're not sure when the final will be. It's been postponed it would have been tonight during our filming. But we'll find out when that is after the Suzuki Cup. Obviously, hopefully the Ascals will play well and the Ascals and Global will be back for that game. And good luck in the game against the Archers in the third place playoff.
Thank you so much.
You can follow us, find out when that happens. When we find out when the games will be postponed to, we'll of course let you know. Follow us at FTW Sports.